Hello friends, today we are starting the lecture that is on urbanization. First of all, I will introduce my name, that is Dr. D.D. Sawant from Department of Geography, J.A.T Art Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon District, Nashik. So the topic which is a very interesting one. So as urbanization, which is a developing process, as a development inevitably entails an increase in urbanization. Why? If suppose a question is arise that increasing concentration of population in urban centers and origin or expansion of urban centers due to industrial expansion and development are responsible for rapid rate of exploitation of natural resources and several types of environmental degradation and pollution in the developed and developing countries. The level of urbanization in the developed countries of the world has already reached its peak. The accumulation of wealth and availability of more economic and job opportunities in the urban centers have resulted into the concentration of population in the congested metropolitan area and thus the formation and growth of big slum areas. It is a rate of urbanization since 1950. The percentage of urban population to total population was 29, 52.5 and 16.7 for the whole world. Developed regions and developing regions respectively during 1950, the rate of urbanization was so rapid between 1950 and 1980 that within a span of 30 years, the percentage of urban population to total population increased from 29 to 41.3 for the whole world. It means that overall increase of population, that is a 12.3%. As from 52.5 to 70.2 in the developed regions, means the percentage is of 17.7%, and from 16.7 to 30.5 in the developing countries, overall increase of it is nearly about 13.8%. So it is estimated that the percentage of urban population to total population would be near about 51.3, 78.8 and 43.5 for the whole world. So the developed regions and the developing regions respectively, according to the Indian census of 1981, the urban population was 22.45% of the total population of the country. So the density of urban population of India is 3000 person per square kilometer, whereas the density of rural population is only 160 person per kilometer square. It is estimated that the urban population of India may be equal to the total population of the USA by the end of 20th century. Previously, towns and cities were considered to be the center of higher standard of life because of better living condition, but now most of the urban centers of the developed countries in general and the developing countries in particular have become unsuitable for human beings because of marked lowering of environmental quality due to phenomenal increase in the level of air, water and noise pollution, crowded streets and roads, slums, increasing trends of murder, theft, dacoity and other crimes, etc. So as urbanization process which leads to a higher proportion of the total population and area to live in cities and towns. So this is the exceptional is not so much the increased proportion of urban growth, but the absolute growth of urban population. So rapid growth, which is in fact increasing urbanization, means phenomenal increase in the concentration of human population in limited space, which results in the increasing of buildings, roads and streets, sewage and storm drains, Puka surface area, vehicles means the motor cars, trucks, buses, motorcycles, scooters, etc. Number of factories, urban waste, aerosols, smokes and dust, sewage, water, etc., which cause several environmental problems. For example, if you see that increasing population of the urban centers uses enormous amount of water for various purposes. So use the wastewater like sewage water, if untreated, pollute the streams and lakes because the urban effluents are allowed to be drained into them. So, for example, if you see that in Delhi, Yamuna River in fact became a sewage as 323 million gallons of sewage water enter the Yamuna per day through 17 open drains, while the capacity of all treatment plants of the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. It is near about only, it is only 184 mgd, means the million gallon per day. So causing, due to this, the diseases which are caused as a bacteria, but after receiving daily share of sewage, it carries 24 million bacteria according to pollution control expert. For example, Kanpur city is also are heavily polluted as Ganga by discharging 5.8 mld million liter per day of untreated water. The Ganga has been so heavily polluted at Kanpur because of urban and industrial effluents that the river water has become unsuitable even for bathing purpose. Many big cities located at the bank of the Ganga, such as Kanpur, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, Calcutta, etc., means the Kolkata, now it is changed, have heavily polluted the river through the disposal of sewage waters into the rivers. As here the data which shows that of the various regions in from the 2004, the population which is being given, urban centers, urban percentage is given. So like this way, if you will see that the developed countries and developing of population, which is uh, being shown over here, as the world which is a rapid urbanization have been accompanied by explosive growth of very large cities. For example, if you see that 346 outfalls of sewage drains of Calcutta, the urban centers when combined with industrial sectors become more hazardous. So, private cities are used to identify cities that dominate the urban patterns of their respective countries. Such cities are much larger than next largest city and account for much of the political and economic activity as well as services. For example, Bangkok, Mexico City, the growth of such larger cities has produced mega cities which exceed 10 million examples. For example, Mumbai, Calcutta, Kolkata, Jakarta, Mexico City, and Sao Paulo. So, the due to these hazards, From the standpoint of environmental degradation and pollution, huge quantity of aerosols and gases are emitted from human volcanoes as chimneys and factories and vehicles from uh, which, which form dust domes over the cities. These dust domes cause pollution domes over the cities. So the urban and industrial growth has resulted into rapid rate of deterioration of the quality of air because of heavy pollution of air through gases and aerosols emitted from the vehicle factories and household appliances. So here the graph is shown of the larger cities in the world. So many of such cities which are developing one, and hence this graph shows the development of the population and the economical and socio the development which is seen. If you'll see uh, the ratio of the whole world, that cities over 5 million as which is shown in this map, and hence according to this survey report of the National Environmental Research Institute, Nagpur, India, the level of air pollution in Delhi, Calcutta, means Kolkata, Mumbai, Madras, Ahmedabad, Cochin, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Kanpur, Nagpur, etc., has gone up, and hence the industrial cities such as Mumbai and Kanpur register higher level of air pollution, and the air has become highly polluted and toxic. So, as a you, the cases of land subsidence due to withdrawal of groundwater have occurred in several localities and cities all over the world. As a Texas, USA, Mexico, here industrial waste and industrial cities means huge quantity of urban solid waste also creates environmental problems. It may be pointed out that greater attention is paid towards the production, storage, accumulation, transportation, treatment, and proper disposal of urban waste in the developed countries. But the problems of urban waste in the developing countries is difficult. One, because number one, there is no proper attention is paid towards the storage, transportation, treatment, and proper disposal of solid waste. Secondly, that the big cities of developing countries have grown out of unplanned old cities and towns, and hence there are no facilities like wide road and streets for the operation of modern machines to clear the waste. Number third, there is people do not care to stock the waste at marked places, etc. The quantity of urban solid waste is rapidly increasing with urban expansion and growth of urban population, accordingly to the report of the National Environmental Research Institute. Thank you. Thank you very much.